What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Samurai Turtle 4-pack. So this was a San Diego Comic-Con pack where we get all 4 turtles in their samurai designs from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 movie. So this box looks really cool. Starting off, it just looks like the old VHS box. I had this movie as a kid and was in a box just like this, so it brings back a lot of memories of that. But looks pretty cool with all 4 of our turtles there in the designs, recreating the cover of the box, which is really cool. So we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, and it says they're back in time for their newest action figure, so that is pretty cool. If we spin the box around, we just get the side of the box, so again, looks like the VHS just with the figure turtles up top, and around on the back we have a recreation of the scenes on the back of the box with a bit of the story and stuff related to it. And again, you see more of the turtles in their samurai outfits and stuff like that, so all of that looks pretty cool. And then I love how they even have a breakdown of all the accessories that's going to come with it and everything. So pretty cool box overall. Again, love being it in the VHS design like they did with the second movie, so having the third one is pretty cool as well. And we can go and slide this off to see the turtles. So here I have all 4 turtles and all the accessories they're gonna come with, so pretty cool to see all of them. I think they all look pretty cool with their samurai outfits and everything, and like I said, all the accessories and stuff they're gonna come with as well is really cool. So I'm excited to check these figures out, so let me go and get them out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So here are the turtles out of the package, and they look pretty fun and silly at the same time. So of course we have the 4 turtles in their samurai outfits, but just with like their facial expressions and stuff, they look pretty silly, pretty much how they did in the movie. But of course these are from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 movie that was released in March 1993. And in the movie we see April buys gifts at a flea market for all the turtles, and she ends up giving Splinter an ancient Japanese scepter that transports April and the turtles back in time to the 1600s feudal Japan, where they get involved in a dispute. So we see the 4 turtles here wearing the outfits of Lord Norinaga's honor guard, so that's what they appeared when they get transported. They transport into the honor guard, so that's why they have the outfits on here, and then we get more additional clothing to put on them. But I think they all look pretty cool. Like they said, they're pretty much all exactly the same. We'll just look at one of the turtles because they're all going to be, like I said, exactly the same. We just have the difference of Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael. Of course, we're going to look at Donatello since he's my favorite turtle. So again, they're all going to be exactly the same. There's just one minor difference with Leonardo that I'll show you. But we have the face of the turtles, which again, they have the big animatronic heads and stuff. So we have the mouth open on Donnie here, so you can see sort of his tongue in there and all the teeth. And then he's got the big like bug-eyed, so his eyes are big and wide and stuff. Looks pretty fun. But then has his purple bandana going around his eyes, and you can see the tails of it coming down there around his neck. So then we got the samurai outfit on. So we have the helmet on, which looks pretty cool. I always love like the different segmented plating there. Love the gold up top with a nice sharp point. It's actually really sharp up there. I love the little details on that, like the little printing on that. We see some of that we'll go through on this, and then the 2 little flaps coming off to the side there kind of look cool. So that's a pretty nice helmet. It just does attach onto the knot on their bandanas, so it's got the little like clip piece in there that kind of hooks on, so you just slide on until it gets hooked on there. But you can obviously take it off and see just the turtles' head themselves, and so you can see their bandanas wrapped around there with longer tails than we've seen, I'm pretty sure, with any of the other turtles so far. And then you can see like all the spots they included on the turtle stuff, so it's got that all over their skin. But then we have the outfit, so we have this layer of armor on the top. We can see more of that details that was on the hat, and then we got a lot of black and red, probably like leather and studs and stuff. So you can see the straps going up over the shoulders around to the back, and then wrapped around the waist as well with that band. So that looks pretty cool. As I sort of mentioned, there's other details, so you can see like little floral designs and stuff with this covering on their backs, and of course some of the shell pointing through there. So that's pretty cool. Then they have some green details, so some green like outfits running down their arms into the gloves with some little armor there like on the wrists and stuff, and then some green baggy pants there, so you can see that. And I love how they're all dirty with the brown and stuff. So baggy pants going into, they have what would be shoes for a normal character, but since the turtles have the big feet, their feet are kind of popping out of it and stuff, but nice shin guard and stuff with gold details and everything. And then the 2-toed feet sticking out of the shoes there. So overall it looks pretty cool. I know, pretty basic, and it's kind of, stinks that they're all going to be exactly the same. So it's going to be a lot of just repetitiveness and not a whole lot of specific detail for each one besides their specific head. And then like I said, Leonardo has something that makes him more specific. Overall, they do look like they do in the movie, which is the most important thing. Well, let's go ahead and do their movements. So for the head, can twist all the way around, so not surprising, you just have to worry about the tails of the bandana, and then look down that far and then up that far. So pretty decent head movements in there all around for the turtles. The shoulders can come up to pretty much 90, a little bit under there just because of the shoulder piece, but pretty much up to 90. And they have a butterfly joint, and of course they can also rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends pretty much to 90 there and has some rotation in it as well. well. And then we get the wrist that'll twist all the way around and flex back and forth. Then we go to the ab crunch. So not really sure what's going on in here. There is some crunching. It's probably just at the waist, but can crunch back and forth there. So just a little bit back and forth, and then twist all the way around as well. We go to the hips, so the hips can come up, and they do move pretty well. It's kind of stiff like on these, but it does move pretty well, but you have all the material and stuff, so you can only go up that far, so just over 45 degrees, so not too bad there. But then we can also go out to the side, so not far from doing the splits with the turtles, so even though they got the bigger baggier pants and stuff, they still have pretty good range. Then we go to the knee, so it is a double knee joint. It's hard to really see what's going on up in there, but you can sort of bend it. You just have to be able to get this back piece back under the leg, and so you still only go about 90 there, if even that. So yeah, it's not even to 90, and that's like as far back as I can get it to go. So we just have that little bit of a knee joint, but like I said, it does look like there's maybe two. It's hard to really tell what's going on up in there. And then there is also a twist up there. Not sure if it's just at the thigh or at the knee, but there's a twist, so it can twist around there as well. Then we go down to the feet that can rock back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty decent movements for this. Like obviously I wish it would have better movements, but with all the outfit and stuff on, it's not surprising we only get limited movements with these. But what was surprising is that they were like this right out of the box. We didn't have to do any heating up, maybe like a hand or two of the extra hands to get them loose, but everything else right out of the box was loose. So pretty nice to have NECAs for once that we don't have to worry about heating up and getting loose and stuff. They were nice right out of the box. So the turtles are pretty decent. As I said, they could be a little bit better, better range movements, but with the outfits they have on, it's not surprising they're as limited as they are. Now, of course, we get a lot of accessories. That's like the biggest thing with these figures. So of course we already had the hat, so we had the hat we could put on there, clamp it down back on. But before we do that, we do also get masks. So each of the turtles do get a mask. I forgot which one goes to which because I didn't make note, but I just grabbed this one because it's got like a purple tint to it on the little mustache. So we'll just do that one. Now I'm not sure exactly how you get this on. You would probably have to pop the head off and then get it slid on over that, because I tried sliding on over the top, but with the bandana tail, it's hard to really get it on. So I may have to pop the head off and try and get this on. So yeah, it was much easier popping the head off and just sliding it on from the bottom to get it up there around the head. And you just got to get the strap back around there. So there it has the mask on, and of course you can kind of see the mouth and under there. And with that, it just looks even sillier. And of course, then we can put the hat on top of that. So it kind of really hides their identity there with all this stuff on with the mask and the hat and everything. So I just think that looks pretty fun. So all you really see is the eyes of the turtle sticking through there. So that looks pretty fun. And like I said, silly at the same time. Now, as I mentioned, we did get masks, of course, for each one of them, and we have different colors. So we have this one where it's kind of like a dark brown color, like really dark brown. Then we have, I'd say, like a normal brown. Now this one is a little bit different, so it seems like, this one's got more the goatees like going crazy there, where this one and the one on Donnie is just kind of straight out there. And then we have one that's like a gray color. So like I said, I assume each one has their own designated color that goes with them, but I just chose the purplish colored one to go with Donatello since it matched. Now, outfit wise, we do also get another piece of covering that goes on. So we have this cloth material that goes on like a covering on over the top. So a nice design to it. And again, they're pretty much all going to be the same except for Leonardo's that I'll show you. But yeah, we got this that we can just probably slide on. Just got to get their arms through the holes and just slide it up over them. And there you can have that jacket on over the top. And there is a wire in here, so you can kind of get it bent around or flowing in the wind, whatever you want to do there. So it feels like it just runs in the front here and up around the neck and stuff. So there we now have Donatello all completely covered up with Norinaga's honor guard outfit. So that looks pretty cool. So has the nice samurai outfit, with like this covering over the top. Of course, all the outfit, the helmet, and the Oni mask there. So that looks pretty cool. And of course, we have that for each of the turtles that we can put on. And between all the turtles, you can give them some different like hand accessories, especially. So they all have just normal standard grip hands on already. So they come with a set of fist hands. Like I said, you can just easily share this between any of the turtles. But we have those fist hands. We have open flat palm hands. We have more just like open hands, relaxed open hands, whatever you want to call them there. We get a set of hands that are more like pointing there. You can use them to hold Raphael's sides and stuff in different positions. So we get those hands, as well as a set of like smaller grip hands. So just have little tiny grips there, maybe for Michelangelo's nunchucks or something. We also get additional heads for each character. So of course for Donatello here, we have a head. So a lot of these are more like angrier faces and stuff. So he's got more of the angry face. So it'd be cool to put that mask on this so he looks more angry and everything. So you can see that with his teeth gritted and eyes all winced and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So we have Donatello there. We've got Michelangelo Donatello again, where I love how his mouth is more open so you see more of his lower teeth and still like crazy eyes. We've got Leonardo, again, it just looks pretty angry just the way it is there. And then finally Raphael, which of course fits more for Raphael there. So looks pretty good for all of those. So again, we can just pick and choose whatever heads we want. And then of course we have each of the turtles' signature weapons. So for Donatello, we have his bow staff. So looks pretty much like the bow staffs we've had before, maybe just in a lighter color, but that looks pretty cool. So let's try and put this into his hand. So there's the bow staff. So that looks really cool. Having Donatello full out now with all the samurai outfit on, as well as having his weapon and stuff. Now, unfortunately, with most of these, they don't have anywhere to hold their weapons like we've had with the past turtles. So he doesn't have any slots or anything that we can store the weapons on, as well as some of the other turtles. But he does look really cool there. So that Donatello just looks really cool. And of course, we can give the weapons to each of the other turtles. So of course, for Leonardo, we have his 2 katanas. Now, as I mentioned with Leonardo, he's the only one that's different from the other 3, where he has the sheaths for his katanas on his back. So that makes him a little bit different. So more specifically with like the jacket that goes on over the top of him, it has these holes cut out so you can get his sword sheath sort of slid through them and everything. So that's the only thing that makes him really different from the rest of the turtles. But we have his katanas here, so let's go ahead and just try and put them in his hands. So there, Leonardo has the katanas, and then we'll give the size to Raphael. So there's those with Raphael. And of course, finally, we have the nunchucks that go to Michelangelo. And there, Michelangelo has the nunchucks, and I did have to give him the smaller grip hands just to be able to hold those because they kept falling out of the bigger hands. So there we have all 4 turtles with their weapons, which of course is really cool. Always have to have the turtles with their weapons. Now in this movie, we saw the turtles go back in time, and they did that with the use of the time scepter, or the scepter of the sands of time. So we get the time scepter here that looks all cool, so nice all gold details. We have what looks to be like a little hourglass or something there that sort of spins around in the movie, so it looks pretty cool with this, all that see-throughness and stuff in there. Like I said, all the gold and like sort of patina and stuff to make it look old and dated and everything. And then we got the handle that has, you know, some Japanese writing and stuff on it, so that is pretty cool. And just an overall nice handle design stuff with all the gold. So there we have the time scepter, and then we also get a damaged time scepter. So again, looks exactly the same, just all damaged this time, so it stops him from being able to return back to normal time. So it looks pretty cool again with all the damage and like the glass all shattered out and stuff, and this piece sort of like falling apart. So that is pretty cool. They put all that detail and made it look all rough and dirty and everything from the damaged part. And then we also have the replica that I think Donnie makes in the old times to try and get him back. So he makes this version of it, but I want to say it may break too. But overall, obviously doesn't look nearly as nice, but it's just trying to recreate what it is. So very cool to have that. And then we also get 2 additional weapons. So we get 2 additional swords. So we get a rapier and a cutlass, which I believe one was used for the bad guy in the movie. I believe his name was Walker or something. I think he had like the rapier or something. So we have these 2 swords as well that come with it. And like I said, are shown in the movie, which you can give to any of the turtles and what maybe Leonardo can hold on to those swords as well. So pretty cool. We got those. So very awesome to have all this together. Of course, we can go through, put all the outfits and stuff on each of the turtles. I don't know how we want to keep them to have them displayed and stuff, but overall, I think they look cool. Of course, like the third movie isn't my favorite, so it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I really want these or anything, but I think they look nice and carry off the look that they did in the movie and stuff. And overall, I just love that about them, just how nice and detailed they look with all the additional accessory stuff to have them fully garbed, or you can, you know, sort of strip off as much as you can, just have more basic turtles just with those outfits on. So very cool set overall. Like I said, I know this is a set that's not going to be interesting to everyone, especially people that don't really like the movie, but I think overall they're pretty cool, and continue on with adding more of the turtles from the different movies. So now we're on to the third one, so that's pretty exciting. But let me know what you thought of these turtles down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.